Hello, Video Creators Lounge community. I'm Mark Yirrell. As always, this week we are back for the VCL news. We're a little day early this week. Usually we're on Fridays, but we had to do it a day. Yep, sorry. We had to do it a day early to move some things around. Before we get into the stream, as always, make sure you like and follow us on whatever social media platform you're watching this on, whether it be Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Especially on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so that way once we get 100 subscribers there, we get special analytics tool and our own URL. Also, be sure to join us in our VCL group. That's been popping. We're getting new members every day. It's going to be in the description in this episode of the news. If you want it to be featured, or if you have it classified, make sure you message us directly on the Facebook. Question of the week, comment down below. What's your favorite Thanksgiving movie? Whether it be what you watch on Thanksgiving every year, or what it's specifically about Thanksgiving. Mine's kind of weird. It is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I remember watching that a couple times through the years every Thanksgiving, and I might watch it again this year, especially since I just got my friend's Disney Plus login. So, without further... Oh, and before anything, I want to thank our producers who come in every week. Yell out, guys. We don't have a producer again. Yay! No producer cam this week. We're making some adjustments. Next week, the news might look even more different, but we'll keep that a secret until things come to fruition. But until then, let's get straight into the news. First up, we have general events, so a lot of film festivals, anything that would apply to anyone who's in the film field. First up, we have the virtual Maine Jewish Film Festival that's been happening since November 7th. It's going on until the 22nd, so only a few days left. An all-festival pass is $100 for 6 tickets. It is $50, and if you just want singles, it is $10 with a $125 processing fee, so it comes out to $11.25. Completely virtual, so you don't have to go up to Maine to watch it. And you don't have to worry about social distancing or the pandemic if you want to go watch it. Just watch it from the comfort of your home. You can watch the whole repertoire, the whole lineup there. Next up, we have the Bright Light screening of Dopa's Death, which is actually happening tonight. The discussion for that is happening at 7 p.m., but there's still time for you to register and watch the film, which is a documentary using newly released archival footage, taking a look at a acupuncture clinic during the 1970s in the South Bronx run by the Black Panthers, specifically designed to help deal with drug addiction. Really interesting subject matter. Tickets will be available starting earlier this at noon, and is the discussion that is including with the director Mia Donovan is happening at 7 tonight and is completely free along with the rest of the Bright Lights film series. So check that out if you can't make it tonight. There is the next one happening in 2 weeks because next week's Thanksgiving. They're going to be showing The Condor and the Eagle, which is a documentary about activists around the world, particularly indigenous women responding to the climate crisis. That's happening on December 3rd. Tickets will be available at noon, as always, on that day, and the discussion will be happening, as always, at 7 p.m. that night, and will be including a number of climate activists that will be presenting, and will be free. So mark your calendars for that. You won't be able to actually get the ticket and sign up until the 3rd, so maybe put a calendar reminder there for noon, so that way you remember to sign up. There is limited seating, but like I said, it is completely free, so just first come, first served. Make sure you lock down your spot. Next up, we have the 8th Annual Boston International Kids Film Festival. That's happening from November 20th till the 22nd. So it's directed, so it's content for kids and by kids in partnership with GBH. An all-access pass for an individual viewer is $55. An all-access pass for 2 or more viewers is going to be $75. And for tickets for individual, I think it's 2 viewers. It's done by the honor system, $75. And tickets for individual film blocks are $20. In addition, there are also filmmaking boot camps and the stop motion boot camps class, where you make a film or a stop motion picture within the 48 hours of the film festival. So go check that out. Like I said, it's a great opportunity for younger filmmakers, and it would be a good chance for them to get their feet wet and network and learn with other more experienced filmmakers. Next up, we have the actors and actresses section of the program. So opportunities for on-screen talent. It's short this week. We only have one notice coming from Slate Casting. We love you guys at Slate Casting. Please keep sending us your openings that we can share with people. Where they're looking for kids aged 3 to 7 for a non-union gig. No prior acting experience is necessary. But just a good attitude and good energy. They're shooting on December 3rd, and it pays $800 a day. If you would like to be considered, make sure you email the following to slateselftape@gmail.com. They're looking for a current photo, your contact info, and your agent if you have one. The city you live in, the age of your child, and make sure you put child 3 to 7 in the subject line so they know what you're emailing for, and it doesn't get lost in all the emails that get sent to them. Next up, we have the creator opportunities. So anyone who's behind the camera, scriptwriters, videographers, directors, producers, anyone of that nature, people who like making the show happen but are not always seen by the audience. We have the short script peer reviews by the Boston Screenwriters Group coming up on November 28th at 11 a.m. If you'd like to be considered, have your script sent in by the Thursday of the week of the event, which I believe is next week. Email that to Boston Screenwriters Group @gmail.com. They're looking for micro and short scripts, so around 10 pages of length. If you have a longer feature, maybe take out one scene. If you have a longer episode, maybe 1 or 2 scenes. Even if you have a short, hopefully it's within the limit and you can make it work. And send that to them so that way you can get some good collaborative feedback. Next up, we have the Providence Children's Film Festival. The deadline to submit for next year's contest in 2021 is November 20th, so only until tomorrow. That's the late deadline. If you don't set it in now, then I believe it's that the opportunity is gone. The standard rate is for late entries is $50. For students, it's $45, and for gold members, it is $40. Anyone can submit as long as the content is all ages and appropriate for kids. But kids have a category as well that they can submit to. So go submit to that before it's too late. In addition, we have more film festivals you can submit to on the list today. We have the Nantucket Film Festival for 2021. The early deadline for them is November 20th, with a regular deadline January 15th after that. Various different prices if you want for the various different categories they're offering. If you'd like to see the prices, click the link in the description. We have all the links to these stories in the description of the videos you're watching. Prizes include the Adrian Shelley Foundation's Excellence in Filmmaking Award for $5,000, and specifically for female filmmakers, along with many other awards in the link attached. So go check that out if you'd like more information. In addition, we have the Boston Short Film Festival with their almost regular deadline. Haven't seen this before in a film festival of having almost deadlines. They have an almost early deadline, almost regular deadline, almost late deadline. The almost regular deadline is coming up on November 27th. The regular deadline, almost regular deadline, is happening on December 22nd, 2 days before Christmas, Christmas Eve, and winners will be able to show their work at the Micro Cinema Theater in the Somerville Theater. So if you're local to the film scene in Boston, you'll know the Somerville Theater. You know the old antique marquee they have on it, and you can have your film playing inside there.
The extended deadline is March 27th.
Extended deadline?
Which is after the late deadline.
Oh, wow.
But not the Film Freeway extended deadline.
See, yeah, there's many, it has all of the deadlines. Any deadline you can imagine, it has it. And this is all. We need to bring the producer cam back because this is not the same as me just talking behind you guys on the camera. All of the deadlines, yeah. And if the film festival has a focus on different films, unique films. To take a direct quote from them, the BSFF focuses on the unconventional, the unusual, the underground, the intuitive, the innovative, the minimalistic, and the true artists of our time. So if you think that description applies to you, make sure you submit to this film festival. They are looking for weirdos. Awards include the Tarkovsky grant, which waives the submission fee, as well as gets you a better chance at getting selected in the partnered film festivals of the Boston Short Film Festival. It also includes getting selected for Producers Night, which has your work shown in an exclusive screening with a number of Hollywood insiders in a theater in West Hollywood, including who includes Bhavani Rao, who is a member of PGA, and other awards by the category of film. Submission fees are $24 for the standard and $18 for gold members for this upcoming deadline. And it is free for Boston-based creators, completely free throughout any of the deadlines. The almost deadlines, the normal deadlines, all of the deadlines. So go check that out. I think I might actually submit to this because I think I count as Boston-based. Next up, we have the Stowe Story Labs excursions and retreats. Stowe Story Labs is a nonprofit dedicated to helping screenwriters and filmmakers and other people who work in film to get their work made and seen by a larger audience. The application for the 2021 season is opening soon. It opens on the 27th and will remain open until the 28th of February next year. They have a number of labs and retreats coming up for the next year. Include their main types of events are the 4-day narrative labs, which come out to around $2,450, and 5 days writer retreats, which come out to $2,700. They have several throughout the year, so if you're not able to make one, you can make the other. And they're going to be a mix of remote and in-person retreats, depending on the pandemic situation as the time moves forward. If those prices sound steep, don't worry. There are financial aid options that open along with the application on the 27th. And the program dates for next year so far are the February Remote Writers Retreat. No date on that at the moment, but we have the Stowe Writers Retreat from May 14th to the 18th, the Stowe Narrative Lab from June to 5th to the 8th, Sidewalk Narrative Lab in Birmingham, Alabama from the 25th to the 28th, the Stowe Writers Retreat from September 3rd to the 7th, and the November Writers Retreat in Palm Springs from November 5th to the 9th. So go mark those dates on your calendar and check out the Stowe Story Labs website if you'd like more information on this organization and the programs they hold. Next up, we have the Global Cinema Film Festival of Boston. They are having their deadline, their fall deadline coming up on the 28th. $65 standard and around $58.50 for gold. $50 for gold members. If you're interested in getting your work sent to that one, send it. Check the link below. They'll have more information on prizes and awards there, as well as the different categories. Next, we have the Boston Screenplay Awards, which has its early bird deadline happening next month on the 16th of December. The fees are according to the type of, they have an interesting pay model. So your fee, the fee is standard. Well, the fee differs according to the different category. However, depending if you want a partial analysis with two or more pages of feedback on your script after you send it in, or if you'd like a full analysis on your script, fully detailed, fully done for the entirety, for longer, more pages, it costs a little bit extra, but you get more for your money. So if you're interested in getting some feedback done from some professionals who also have whose staff has ties to Emerson College, Go check that out. All winners will receive consultation and mentorship from a producer or professional on their staff, as well as a press release to bring more attention to your film and get you that clout you need to get into the industry and get your film popular. Lastly, next for the other opportunities section, we just have the Mass Production Coalition's fundraising campaign, which we have been plugging for, I think, a couple months now. Mass Production Coalition is a wonderful organization. They've been working hard to keep the tax incentives for film jobs alive in Massachusetts. It got sunsetted, I believe, either this year or last year. They've been working to reverse that sunsetting. That's happening in a year or two. And they're also providing a bunch of different resources, especially for COVID relief and guidelines, as well as hosting. They just wrapped up their expo, their annual expo this week. They do a lot for the local film community. They're trying to raise $50,000 to cover expenses. If you have anything to support, I know it's a crazy time right now, but if you can support them anyway, please do so. If not, just share this or share the links to their fundraising page. I'm sure it will help them immensely, and they'd be really appreciative. Where are they at? Can you bring that back up, Raj? How much do they have left up? They have, okay, so they've raised $26,000, over $26,000, aiming at a $50,000 goal. So it has gone up since last time. I hope we had a little part in doing that. Please keep giving and keep supporting them as much as you can. And last but not least, we have the roundup for what the VCL crew has been up to this week. So we have Brooke. Brooke's work is currently being sold in the Loading Dock Gallery's online store. It's a gallery up in Lowell, Massachusetts. If you would like to buy online, if you're social distancing right now, you can check it, the link in the description. Or you can go into the actual gallery in Lowell. If you're interested, it is on 122 Western Ave in Lowell, Massachusetts. It's open Tuesday through Friday from noon to 4, Saturday from noon to 6, and Sunday from noon to 4. So go check that out if you want to see some beautiful art from a wonderful woman who works for the lounge. And lastly, we have Raj's update from Raj. He's done some streams this week. Raj, you want to come in? You want to come up and do you want to come?
Sure,
do you want to come on the camera?
Sure.
No, that sounds super enthusiastic.
Well, I just got word from Ken that our audio is total shit.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But that's neither here nor there.
Well,
let's
how's
just
it going?
we just sit like this now.
Yeah, let's just sit like this.
So I came here because of you. What did you call me here?
Okay, well, what have you been up to this week?
I
channel?
play video games all the time.
Well, yeah, but what video games have you
like
played?
Loneliness and video games. Today, well, I did play Kingdom with AJ, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, my identical cousin from Southie.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, that's one of his favorite indie games.
I'm glad you prefaced that every time you mention it.
Me too.
That's how people are going to remember.
Because people think we're the same person, which
Sure.
is not true. That's fake news.
That is fake news.
Yes,
I agree.
but you gotta continue.
But what I'd like to highlight here was Cosmocrats, which actually just came out earlier this month, and it's actually a lot of fun. It is a puzzle game, zero gravity, and essentially you're working for the communists in, I think, an alternative space race. I don't think this is the space race of the Cold War. I think it's a completely different thing. But yeah, you're doing puzzles in space, pushing, as you'll see here, pushing some objects around. Ignore the fact that I'm smoking in that shot.
Ooh, bad influence.
So I know, right? It's AJ. AJ does it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm this little drone character, and I'm basically trying to put together these pieces of the space station back together via either pulling or pushing these objects into their magnetic counterparts.
Okay, so it's a puzzle game. It's kind of like Tetris.
It is essentially a puzzle game with a very dark, kind of a dark story. It's actually a dark comedy story.
You look a little dark in a dark mood. Did it get you in a dark mood as well?
You know what? I think I'm just not quite having fun at this point in the game. The game's actually quite funny. I don't know why I'm very serious. I'm just a very serious gamer there. But yes. Yeah, that was kind of the highlight, I'd say, of the weekend. But Kingdom, AJ and I actually played for 2.5 hours, so that was quite an experience as well. He was teaching me that game.
Well, check out that stream along with this Cosmocrats, right? Cosmocrats
yes.
stream. Just those two streams this week.
There were at least there was Brawlhalla. There was a Brawlhalla tournament with Motown Maurice. It was the what was that? The 13th Brawlhalla tournament with Motown Maurice, and that was great. And Dungeons of Clay is another one that just came out recently. A dungeon crawler, procedurally generated, boasts 999,999
Wow.
procedurally generated endings.
That's not that many.
So not a million, just 999,999. But I think that's it. I'm gonna leave you alone now with your bad audio. Good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, it's just me and my bad audio now. And that wraps up this week's edition of the VCL News. Thank you guys for stopping in who were watched either on the watch live or on the restream. Again, comment down below the question of the week. What do you think the best Thanksgiving movie is? Have a happy Thanksgiving next week, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Despite everything, all the COVID's going crazy right now, but just don't let that stop you from truly giving thanks and really finding out what you're thankful for this year. I know it might be hard, but being just grateful is it. Yeah,
for the love of God,
go sub to our channel and join our Facebook group. And next week I think we might change up the format. We might do not live anymore or something more produced. We'll see. But I'm gonna go get pelted. But one thing that will never change is me getting pelted by limes at the end of
through the internet.
this. So yeah, bye everyone.